up here at 12:43 p.m. in the red, the Terran player.
GSL Green Wings Maru.
And over here to the 9 o'clock in pink.
CJN2's Hush.
So Maru chose Catalina here. Popular Terran map pick. A lot of terrain to work with on this map. It's my favorite map, I think.
I definitely feel like it favors Maru's style. I'm actually surprised in myself that I didn't think about this map because we saw Innovation just do so much work on this map with drops, some good Doom drops in the main with 4 medevacs and attacks at the third at the same time. Really, really tore the Protoss apart yesterday. So Maru on this map is going to be so, so strong.
This is one of our newer maps we just don't have that much data on yet. We've got about 1 season of Code A, 1 season of Challenger League for some of these other regions to look back on, but we don't really know exactly how this map is going to play out. A map that only makes it through 1 season of WCS is, generally speaking, not a map that you ever really got to see a lot of data on. If it only makes it through 1 season, it means it was probably not a good map also. You look at a map like Overgrowth.
Well, that was for Pro League, but continue.
That was even only 1 round. But if you look at a map like Overgrowth, it's like, okay, we've seen a lot on this map now in several leagues. It's clearly a good map. It's we figured out a lot of builds. Look at King Sejong Station. It's like, okay, well, this map is obviously very good. I even want to go back like old school to like Cloud Kingdom or Daybreak. It's like, okay, this map is solid. It's been figured out. We know how it works. Why players pick it or why players avoid it or why players veto a map like this. You get a map like Catalina and, we can try to draw generalizations, but there's really not enough data yet to say why Terran players keep picking this map. There's a lot of terrain to work with. There's a lot of drop play you can do. There's a lot of dead space around the bases for Doom drops if your opponent doesn't go Phoenixes like you were talking about.
Yeah.
And I want to note that actually on one of our bigger maps here, not the biggest, but one of our larger ones is the first map that Maru decides not to go for Reaper, or rather for a CC first, but goes Reaper into a Reactor Expand. A little bit more standard play this time.
Yeah, very, very interesting here. We see a nice block there at the natural with the 1 SCV, and the Reaper's going to pop up here, so that Probe is trying to get back.
Yeah. He kills it. Wow. That was really well done. And that was good game sense, actually, by Hush, because he was like, I guess I just can't quite get this Nexus up, and he had to even pull the Probe back. That delayed the Nexus pretty significantly.
Yeah.
Doesn't get to do it again, but...
Mind games out of Maru here as well, Maybe Maru going into this thinking, Hush is going to think I'm just going to drop down my CC once again. He's going to go for a really early Nexus, but maybe I can cancel it here with the Reaper, and he does just that.
And look at this, a factory. We didn't really see any of this yesterday. I don't even think even once we saw a fast drop yesterday. So today we're already seeing a lot of different changes in Terran builds here. Maru going CC first twice and factoring, going into the factory, factoring up, whatever you want to call that.
Yeah, he's really looking to change it up in this game, you can tell.
Yeah.
I feel like he wants to use the map's strengths. I mean, we talked about it before. Drops are really, really good on this map. And look at this.
And Blink is really good on this map too. I wonder if he's actually like thinking one step ahead. He's like, I wonder if he'll blink on my map pick, because that's what Wolf loves, is when players do like cheeses or aggressive strategies on players' map picks. And maybe he's going to be thinking that I'm going to get him with no detection with my Widow Mines. All right, he's going to scout this too. Oh my god. Is he? No, he doesn't actually. He does not see it.
Wow. Really nice
probably have to scan
there.
like right on top of the ramp.
I think he will, actually.
He just dropped a mule, but I think he's going to have to scan at this next. Oh, right there. Boom. He's doing it. I knew it, man. Maru's too smart, man. He's like, this is the one place I need to check.
Yeah.
I mean, it was glad that, like, me, the Korean commentators, and Heaven were like, all three of us were just like, he's going to scan right now, right there.
It makes sense, he wasn't able to get a full scout of the base with the Reaper, so that one area that he just wasn't able to get the scout on. He was like, I feel like Maru, I need to know what's here.
I feel like he just already knew. I feel like he's like, I know this is going to be Twilight, and I'm already going towards Widow Mine drop because you're not going to have detection until late, and my Widow Mines can actually be quite useful against, Blink Stalker all in. And in fact, it looks like he's actually going to use these Widow Mines defensively initially here. Maybe he's expecting this to be a really big commitment. And this is actually funny because there's a lot of thinking that goes in this. When you scout supply counts, you're like, all right, well, is he going to do the blink fake into a third base, or is he really going to commit because he's thinking that I'm going to think, since I scouted it, that he's just going to take a third base? And you really have to take a lot of things into consideration here.
Yeah.
The Observer will be out just in time for this solo Widow Mine drop.
That's the thing about StarCraft. Once you get to the highest level, it's always like pro gamers trying to mind game each other because there's only so many builds you can work with. Well, there's the Widow Mine drop coming into the natural, but a really nice pull.
In fact, he's like not even willing to give one probe.
Not even one.
Oh! Did that get the Observer too?
They got 2 and the Observer.
Wow.
Or actually just 1, I guess.
Just 1. The Reaper killed the initial one earlier. Well, that was a bit of a mistake there, but doesn't actually scout that it's not going to be a blink follow-up, but he's able to, you know, start to ascertain this as nothing has hit his base. He's got a Marine out the spot at the front. He's got a medevac going the other direction, so he salvages his bunker. He's like, oh, this.
Yeah.
Looks like he was almost considering going Banshees for a second there, but is not going to be doing that.
Do have 2 more Observers behind this, so you will be able to scout that, or rather get the detection on the Widow Mine that's coming into the main base.
All right, well, that should not finish. Oh, barely gets taken out there. That was actually close.
Yeah.
He's got a siege tank coming in, so that's what that tech lab's being used for, actually. Plus the stem coming down.
The Observer sees it. Scan go down, takes out the Observer. Doesn't see the tank, but he sees the tech lab on the factory is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, that's, I mean, there's two things that the tech lab unlocks at the factory. One is a tank, one is a Thor, which also requires an armory. So I guess he's feeling like, yeah, you're probably making some siege tanks. I wonder how he's going to respond. And I'm also surprised he not only makes his 1 tank, but he's actually going into multiple tanks here. Thought it was for safety, but we see Maru sometimes on Habitation Station actually go down this path of multiple siege tanks with some of his timing tanks, some of his aggression. Suspicious SCV down there.
Yeah, what is that guy going to do?
I think he's actually just checking for proxies and hidden thirds. I don't think he's actually going to hide anything. Unless he, like, nah. Nah, there's basically just nothing he can
He
hide.
hides 4 barracks.
He's like, well, I'm over.
Bio push comes at 15 minutes.
He's like, I might as well just add a depot here since I'm over here. Like, if he attacks my base, like, you know, and snipes some depots, like, it's good to have another depot in a place he wouldn't expect, so I can just have that secure supply.
That's exactly what that SCV is thinking.
He was thinking that. Maru was like, no, it's silly SCV. Just come home. He's like, oh, okay.
Yeah. He's just a guy being hidden actually to scout that third.
I think he might actually also be looking for pylons that are spotters so that he can avoid those later when he comes for drops.
That's like next level.
That is like next level, yeah.
Maru's got that Marine in position at that third base.
Notice that SCB on the minimap is actually checking all the bases. I think he is just looking for hidden bases. I mean, he's checking everything. There's like nothing.
That's just like the denoted scouting SCV that's just still left out on the map. Another good snipe on an Observer. Hush, I think he must have only 1 or 2 left over. Already 3 of them going down.
Yeah. Well, is he making a 4th? Yeah, his 4th siege tank just popped out. That's a lot of extra firepower to armored units. Charge is coming, but there's no mortals. And he keeps killing the Observers, so I'm not really sure if Hush knows exactly how many siege tanks are over there. Is he going to kill this one too? Oh, is he going to? Well, there's no siege tank shown, actually.
Wow.
Okay, they're about to be shown. I don't think he saw that Observer. Just barely missed it. If Hush isn't looking, he won't know, but I'm pretty sure he'll see this.
Yeah.
He needs charge, actually. It's pretty important.
And he's got it on the way. It's about to finish here. And it's looking like Hush wants to be a bit aggressive here, coming out on the map with those Stalkers that do have the blink. They do blink away from the tanks.
He's just going to step his way across the map here. Look at the army supply difference. Compositionally, I mean, that's a lot of Colossi, and we'll have charge, but it's actually really hard to say who has the better comp here. With the tanks unsieged and those force fields, the mystery is no longer a mystery, but just actually really good targeting.
Yeah, amazing targeting and just way too much Terran there. I mean, he just clumped up his whole army for all of those tanks and pushed them into a huge Terran ball. and now he's way down in supply. He's trying to run away now. The Vikings getting some good shots on the Mothership core already as well.
I actually really want to rewatch that fight. I'm not sure what went wrong. I can't believe he's actually blinking forward like this. I mean, he's trying to use the power of those Colossi. There's just too much bio here, though.
He spent way too much of his army killing those tanks, and now he's only got Colossi. There's stuff warping in here, but it's not enough. There's a huge Terran ball here, and Maru's looking poised to take this one.
Yeah, really odd composition. We've seen Maru do it before on Habitation Station, but I really want to rewatch that first fight. That was a bit strange. I'm not exactly sure what went wrong there, because those force fields were good, but it's like he didn't target his Colossi properly or something. I really don't know. Good targeting by Maru. GG. That was a weird game. Very, very anticlimactic. He didn't even hide the siege tanks till the end because he saw them.
Yeah.
And he wanted to take the game to the Maru scanned and missed the Protoss army. And then started to siege up, then unsieged again, and Hutch was like, this is my moment. I think he had an observer on the army, saw them unsiege, ran in there, dropped the forces, he had charge.
Yeah. Generally, you're thinking, you know, if all these tanks are unsieged, I can win this fight. You know, I've got 3 Colossi, I've got a huge ball of charged Zealots and Stalkers. I should be fine, right? I don't know. I mean, I would love to see that fight once again. Maybe he just didn't have many Zealots and they just got obliterated because there were so many Marines. Well, they just like went down instantly, and then in the back, you know, it was just a bunch of Stalkers and Colossi.
I feel like the Colossi weren't targeting Marines, and then the tanks got some really good shots off
the
of them,
force
plus
fields
the Vikings
were decent, but there was like a huge amount of Marines behind the force fields as well, which were totally safe.
Yeah.
You know,
because the Colossi were shooting the tanks and not the Marines, so everyone just kind of burst down. Then he pulled his Colossi back really fast. Keep in mind, guys, this is not the type of engagement that we normally see in high-level TVP, so it's a
very interesting push.
Yeah, a bit unusual. Regardless, really well-played series by Maru. Takes some very solid, convincing wins, and he will move on to the winner's match. We're going to go to our second best of 3, though, after a quick commercial break.